stop for a second, my child. This isn't simply another video or message that you re-seeing on your screen. You cannot afford to ignore Jesus' request to communicate with you. Recently, while everything around you is noisy, you've felt something stirring, uneasy and tugging at your heart. That isn't arbitrary. That isn't creativity. He is that. Pay close attention. Don't take this lightly. What you are going to hear will confront you, so stay with me to the very end. You, summon you higher and steady you. This is private. It's urgent. And more will be shaped by your reaction following this time than you may think. Please, my kid, take a time to become closer. Everything else can wait. You could believe that you only opened this out of curiosity, or because you were drawn in by something in the title, but I want you to learn more. You are not here by coincidence. I am aware of how your mind functions. You convince yourself that it was chance, timing, or suggestion. However, I have been observing the calm heartbeats long before these words were visible to your sight. I am aware of the burden you have been bearing recently. I am aware of how frequently you have felt a little uneasy, even when nothing was obviously wrong. Like a call you nearly heard but were unable to properly identify, you have sensed something is missing, something unsaid. There was no sudden stirring within of you. I drew you. I wanted this time with you, so I drew you softly without pushing or pressing. Your days have been passing by swiftly, managing duties, fulfilling expectations, and attempting to maintain stability for others. Your spirit has been yearning for something genuine beneath all of that. I heard it even if you didn't have the right words. I always hear things that you can't even begin to describe. So I set up this silent time. I let you slow down just enough so you could see. It's possible that you nearly scrolled by. You may have almost written it off, but you didn't. You remained. You don't comprehend how important that little choice is. It indicates to me that your heart is still open. It lets me know that you are still paying attention even if it seems worn out. I am not speaking to a crowd right now. Even if you felt aloof, I am talking to you. I am aware of your seating arrangement. I am aware of the things that are going through your head. I am aware of the worries you have kept to yourself. It's never random when I reach for you, like this is always deliberate. I don't interfere with your day arbitrarily. When I notice you straying, I intervene. When I see you feigning, when I watch you quietly suffering, you okay. But you've been wondering if I still reach out the way I used to. Even if something within of you is aching for clarity, you recall times when I felt more present, when faith seemed lighter and prayer was simpler. Life became more difficult at some point. There were disappointments, there seemed to be a delay in prayers. You made adjustments, you developed greater independence. That was maturity, you told yourself. However, I sensed our growing alienation from one another. Not because you turned me down, but rather because you got sidetracked and exhausted. I never ceased keeping an eye on you. I was always concerned. But I've been waiting for a moment like now, where your heart is quiet enough to hear me clearly once more and your focus relaxes. You may not be aware of how frequently I've made little attempts to capture your attention. When everything fell silent and you felt vulnerable to your own thoughts, you experienced anxiety that you were unable to articulate. By gently reminding you that life is progressing and you cannot continue to put off the deeper queries. I am not trying to overwhelm you. I am here because I love you too much to let you wonder aimlessly. This has nothing to do with fear. It has to do with relationships. I don't call you to exert control over you. It's because I can see where you're going, and I am aware of what will genuinely satisfy you. I want you to experience something straightforward but stable right now. We've seen you. You are well known. It's not just you navigating the season. I've entered your consciousness because I want you to react not under duress, but out of acknowledgement. My voice is familiar to you. You are still reading because of this. I can tell your heart hasn't hardened because of that realization. All it has been is fatigue. Stay here with me, then. Let this initial moment pass. This isn't a coincidence. I want to have a personal talk with you once again. Stay with me now, my kid. Drop your shoulders. You sensed the slight separation between us, and a part of you thought I had moved away. I didn't. I've been close to you in some ways. You were unaware of it. I've been steady, patient, and vigilant. I stay behind as you go about your daily activities, your obligations, and your anxious thoughts. You believed that you were the one looking for me. Actually, I was the one who was waiting for you to slow down long enough to realize I was getting close. I witnessed the times when your faith seemed brittle, when you silently wondered if I still talked to you in the same manner. You modified your expectations. You reduced your spiritual thirst to a reasonable level. This was maturity, you told yourself. However, you sensed deep down that something was fading. During the calm hours, you sensed it. When you attempted to pray and your words seemed dry, you could sense it. You pondered whether the bond had weakened. I want you to hear me clearly. I haven't distanced myself from you. I've been waiting for you to turn back to face me. There's a distinction. I won't compel you to pay attention. Every distraction that demands your attention will not compete with me. However, I shall be near you, calm as air, prepared the instant you turn your heart toward me once more. I am asking you to turn right now, not emotionally, not linguistically. Just shift your focus to me. For a minute, turn off the noise. Give up practicing the issues of tomorrow. Give your thoughts a break. Feel my proximity. My tenderness has been misinterpreted as my absence. You anticipated a loud, distinct sound. However, I frequently move with quiet determination, making minor adjustments and pauses that reroute you before you even realize you were straying. You recall those times when you were advised not to. I was the one who sent the Messiah not to make that disparaging comment, nor to enter into that compromise, but to exercise calm restraint. You sensed it and overcame it. You were not punished by me. I held out, I continued to reach. I gave you the opportunity to learn. Despite your inconsistent behavior, I have remained consistent. That isn't an accusation, it is certainty. My tolerance hasn't been worn out by you. My pursuit has not outgrown you. I am still here, still committed to you, and still keeping an eye on your life's trajectory. Allow that to settle inside of you. Allow that breathe truth. You've been harboring a subliminal belief that you need to find a way to re-establish a stronger bond. You've considered that the first things you should do are change your routines, tidy your mind, and control your emotions. Because of that belief, you have remained somewhat aloof, hovering rather than fully intervening. I don't need a polished version of you. Your current version is what I desire. I want the one who is overthinking, distracted, and exhausted. Come to me just as you are. Don't wait, never bargain with yourself. Come sit with me. To be honest, acknowledge your numb spots. Acknowledge your frustrations. Talk clearly. I want you to say it even though I already know. Healing starts without theatrics when you bring your truth into my presence. I don't think you re too complicated. It's not too late. You re not too fired. All you re doing is being invited. So answer. Deliberately open your heart. Once more, sincerely whisper my name. Let you begin with that. Dramatic statements are not what I am looking for. I am trying to find willingness. Please give it to me. Don't multitask and give me your full attention. Don't overanalyze, just trust me. Life has let you down, so you've become wary. You don't want to feel disappointed and have high hopes once more. I can appreciate that reluctance. However, your disappointments do not stem from me. You are unaware of how much I have shielded you. When you were unable to see the danger ahead, I redirected you. Some closed doors were rescues, but you saw them as rejection. Some delays were perceived by you as silence, but they were timed strategically. While you were preoccupied with results, I quietly shaped your character. You don't realize how important that shaping is. With you, I am not in a rush. I have a stake in the person you develop into, so now lean in. Give up keeping yourself at a distance. Allow your guard to drop. I am not going anywhere. I've been waiting for you to realize that I never did. The pain you occasionally experience is not a sign of weakness, my child. It's a design. You were meant to be close to me. Your spirit senses the slightness of that intimacy. You tell yourself that you are just busy, despite your mind's attempts to justify it. You remind yourself that this is just routine, responsibility, and adulthood. However, beneath those justifications lies a silent hunger that cannot be entirely satiated by achievement, output, or even interpersonal relationships. It's a relational hunger. It's spiritual, it's private, it's about me and you. You've attempted to use distraction to calm it down. You plan, work, scroll, and amuse yourself. In and of themselves, none of those things are incorrect. However, your inner world becomes thin and noisy when they take the place of stillness with me. This explains why you occasionally experience restlessness for no apparent reason. Because of this, peace seems fleeting rather than permanent. Living far from the source of your strength was never intended for you. You were meant to be a constant companion rather than a sporadic con artist. Your soul is strained when you stray even a little. You may not be able to express it, but you feel it. You've noticed a decrease in your patience more effortlessly. Your mind is spinning more quickly. Your happiness seems brittle. That doesn't mean you re-failing. The reason for this is that you are attempting to function independently of the very presence that keeps you stable. Realign yourself. Don't make this too complicated. During your day, take a moment to acknowledge me. Please include me in the discussion you are going to have. Before you react in annoyance, ask me for advice. Dramatic acts are not what these are. These gestures are relational in nature. A stage or a timetable are not necessary to reconnect. You must be willing. You must be conscious. You must be truthful. Thus, put that into practice right now. Talk to me informally. Keep your words simple. Allow your heart to be vulnerable. You'll notice a difference. It might not be explosive. It could be grounding, steady, and subtle. Closeness frequently feels like that. UV occasionally thought that I prioritize perfection over intimacy. Unnecessary distance has been caused by a belief. I don't need perfection, I want to be there. You believe that you can't be near if you're inconsistent. They don't. They simply reveal your humanity. Your shortcomings don't surprise me. When you keep them from me, I get worried. When you retreat inward and try to manage your struggles alone, you intensify the separation you already fear. Instead, bring your confusion to me. Bring your temptations with you. Bring your inquiries, don't sanitize them. Talk clearly. If you are angry, say it. If you are doubting that, MIDI. I am not threatened by your honesty, I am strengthened by it. Because transformation is made possible by honesty. You want to feel stable once again. Feeling rooted is what you desire. When you allow me to walk with you on purpose, not as an afterthought, but as a partner in your everyday choices, that steadiness increases. Allow me to participate in your daily activities. Let me be a part of your concerns. When you start to feel anxious, take a moment to recognize my presence before responding. You won't believe how much that small modification will alter things. Right now, you don't need to drastically change your life. You must insist. You must understand that the distance you experience is a signal rather than a punishment. Is your spirit reminding you that you were made for something deeper than survival. You were made for relationship, so step toward me. Don't wait for the ideal time. Waiting till you feel spiritually impressive is not a good idea. Now turn. I am bringing you closer to me as seen by our torque. Respond to that drawing. Allow it to lead you fiercely yet softly. In this, you are not by yourself. Here I am, prepared to stroll with you once more in a genuine, rooted, and vibrant manner. I want you to sit with me honestly right now, my kid. Don't hurry past this. You are carrying more than you reveal to others. You have become skilled at appearing steady. You respond to messages, UAB. You carry out your obligations. Even when you have a lot on your mind, you talk softly. However, there is a persistent hum of pressure inside of you that seldom ever stops. I can see it. I observe how you practice discussions before they take place. I observe how you evaluate what you said once they redone. I see how you take in other people's emotions and subtly modify yourself so that nobody is uncomfortable. You don't realize how heavy it gets until you do this. You've assumed emotional burdens that you weren't supposed to. You also came to believe that quiet is a sign of power at some point. You convinced yourself that being mature meant doing things on your own without assistance. You can't quite put your finger on how that conviction has worn you down. When you wake up, you're already considering what has to be managed. Your mind is filled with unresolved issues when you head to sleep. Your mind is active even while your body is at rest. Come on over here. Let me be clear. You weren't meant to be everyone's only source of support. You are not supposed to bear unseen responsibilities indefinitely. How much you can put up with on your own doesn't impress me. When you don't rely on me, it worries me. Give up attempting to be impervious. Let go of the image you feel obligated to uphold. You don't need to demonstrate your fortitude to me. You don't need to put forth a lot of effort to get my respect. Put some pressure on me. Give me your secret worries. Talk about the things you keep ignoring. I am able to manage them. Right now, I want you to practice something. Recognize your areas of overload. Don't downplay it. Don't soften it or add yourself. Avoid comparing your situation to that of someone who is worse off. You can feel your weight, so it's genuine. Let it be the truth. You let relief start when you admit it in front of me. I am not requesting that you collapse. I am asking you to have faith. There's a distinction. Trust means you bring your load to me instead of pretending you can indefinitely manage it on your own. Additionally, you have been carrying expectations that I never had. Some originated from your society, some from your own perfectionism, and some from your family. You hold yourself to high standards that don't allow for weakness. When you fail, you talk to yourself in a manner that you would never talk to a loved one. That inner voice is audible to me. I hear what you name yourself insufficient when things don't work out as expected. It's not my voice. My correction is obvious, but it's never cool. You've internalized criticism and given it a disciplinary label. You presume that I am as disappointed as others have been, which has led to a subtle barrier between us. Now allow me to refute that presumption. I don't judge you based on perfect performance. I examine your heart. I consider your aim. I consider how eager you are to develop. I do lead you, yes. I do purify you, yes. However, I don't humiliate you into transformation. I work you into it. You need to stop punishing yourself for being human. You need to stop replaying your mistakes as if they define your future. Bring them over to me. Carefully place them in my palms. You believe that self-criticism keeps you modest, so say something like, "This is where I fell short." Then let it go. Do not pick it back up 5 minutes later. It actually keeps you confined. I want you to be set free. Instead of straining, I want you to be stable. So let go of your control over results, Breen. Include me in your decision-making process rather than bearing the repercussions alone beforehand. Pause when you experience the constriction in your chest. Before you respond, ask me for clarification. Allow my tranquility to stop your fear. You are not weak because you require assistance. When you look for it, you are wise. I am not here to watch from a distance. Rather, I am here as your father, who recognizes your stress and won't allow you to pass away in silence. Come to me on purpose. Don't put this off any longer. There were times, my kid, when you talked to me and didn't immediately feel anything in return. You said a prayer. You held off. You anticipated something clear-cut. You came to the conclusion that I was silent when your situation did not change rapidly. You took delay to mean distance. I would like you to reevaluate that interpretation. Absence is not the same as silence. Delay does not equate to apathy. You couldn't see what was going on behind the scenes. Visible change is how you gauge response. Long-term influence is how I gauge reaction. I immediately noticed layers underlying your request when you requested me to mend anything. I saw trends that have to be treated, not simply the symptoms. You want comfort. I want change. These timelines aren't always the same. I was fortifying you as you waited for a door to open, so you wouldn't crumble when you went through it. I was shielding you from situations that would have further depleted you, while you were pleading for someone to come back. Because the result did not live up to your expectations, you felt disregarded. I engaged in activities that called for patience. Take a close look back. There were subtle changes. Some talks stopped before they got out of hand. Some possibilities vanished before they could ensnare you. Some urges became less intense. That wasn't a coincidence. That was protection in action. Because it didn't appear dramatic, you failed to notice it. I don't work in spectacle all the time. I work in client rectification a lot. You were listening for loudness rather than direction, so you missed my voice as well. I lead you with confidence, self-control, and a gentle prod that almost seems your own ideas, but with more stability. I am usually the one that hesitates when you think anything is wrong. I am the one that pulls you to apologize, make amends, or back off from compromise. Don't write off those impressions as the product of your imagination. They serve as direction. Get better at seeing them before you override them. Pause. Is this knowledge, you ask? Let me be a part of that. I'll reply. Here's another explanation for why you assumed I was quiet. The loudness overpowered you. It's a noisy world. Floods of information. You opinions vie for your loyalty. Your focus is broken by notifications. My voice may sound weak in those settings. It has nothing to do with my weakness. I communicate in a way that demands attention, which is why you will be less able to identify me if you overload every calm place with distractions. I am not asking you to stop living. I want you to intentionally become still. For a few minutes, put your phone down and don't pick it up again. Take a seat in silence. Allow your thoughts come to mind. Please invite me. You may first feel uneasy since you are accustomed to continuous feedback. Say whatever you want. Clarity is frequently preceded by suffering. You want to hear me more clearly. Then change your routines. Safeguard little areas of quiet. Before your day speeds up, talk to me. Prior to making decisions, seek advice. A dramatic sign is not necessary. You must be sensitive. When you choose quiet over stimulus, that sensitivity increases. You don't comprehend how often I torque. You don't realize how often I am leading you. My quiet hasn't been the problem. It has been your overabundance of conflicting voices. Make room. Cut down on clutter. Then pay attention once again. You will find that I've been close, steady, and focused all along. I haven't distanced myself from you. Every chapter has been guided by me. Keep an open mind, be mindful, and approach me directly for clarification if you're unsure, even if you thought my quiet work was an absence. Respond in a manner consistent with wisdom rather than impulse. Have faith in that. You know precisely what I mean when I say there's something you keep putting off. My child. You've already thought of it while reading this, so I don't need to give it a name. You have experienced the subtle pressure of conviction over a dialogue you must have, a habit you must break, a boundary you must set, or a compromise you must give up. You keep telling yourself that you'll deal with it when the time is more convenient. You persuade yourself that you require more clarity, bravery, and assurance. However, comfort is what you are truly longing for. Before making the choice, you want it to be simple. I am requesting that you reevaluate that strategy. Comfort is rarely the starting point for growth. Convenience seldom comes with direction. I've been pointing you in the direction of alignment so you can feel my nudge. Your spirit senses the mismatch, which is why you experience the stress. When you are unsure, stop acting like you don't understand. Admit it while remaining still. You not lacks knowledge. You having trouble being obedient. That's not condemnation, is truthfulness, and freedom begins with honesty. You prolong your own discontent when you put off what you already know. You prolong your uncertainty when you are reluctant to take action. I am not putting any pressure on you to hurry. I am asking you to behave honorably. There's a distinction. Complete sight is not necessary for faithful conduct. Trust is necessary, so go ahead and do what you have been putting off. Forward the pattern and the message, consider advice, pray for forgiveness. Leave what you know is exhausting you. You continue to hope that the pain would go away on its own. It won't. I love you too much to allow you to settle for anything that isn't your calling, which is why it still exists. I am not attempting to interfere with your life. I am working to improve it. Your heart is still responsive, which is why you have that peaceful conviction. It's a gift. Don't let persistent delays dull it. Make a choice, no matter how minor. Clarity comes more quickly from forward motion than from incessant examination. You've been focusing too much on the same problem. Decide on a course. Make the decision to obey. Select growth in the step. I am with you. You must comprehend anything concerning delay in addition to the result. Your faith in your oaths increases the longer you put off doing what you know is right. You start to question your judgment. You wonder if you can rely on your own spiritual awareness. There's no need for such doubt. Over time I have shaped your discernment. You're not making wild guesses. You understand the distinction between conviction and instinct. Impulse is frenzied. Even in adverse situations, conviction feels stable. Acquire the ability to identify them. I usually call your focus back when something keeps coming up in a calm but persistent manner. Don't use distraction to suppress that voice. Don't let bustle drown it out. Talk about it indirectly. Pray about it in particular. Instead of running away, ask me for bravery. You continue to beg for peace while opposing the action that might bring it. Avoiding conflict may not necessarily lead to peace. It can occasionally be discovered by facing it honestly. I want you to be strong rather than trapped. Instead of pleasing you, I want you to be aligned. You've had enough time to bargain with yourself. Enter a state of clarity. Accept responsibility for the change you believe is required, and don't worry about the fallout. In it, I am already ahead of you. What seems unstable, I shall stabilize. I'll steer the discussion. When uncertainty murmurs, I shall fortify your resolve. However, you have to relocate. You must reply. Don't allow another weak person to quietly ignore you. Take action. Speak the truth, even if your voice falters. Make the choice even if your hands tremble. Step ahead, despite your racing heart. Perfection is not what I am asking for. I am requesting involvement. You become a crisper, more polished version of yourself when you answer my call rather than putting it off. And that's what I want for you, my kid. You've been accustomed to certain minor, secure rhythms. Do you understand what I mean? There are routines that you cling to because to their familiarity. Certain attitudes are justified because they shield you from vulnerability. Some goals you seek are not a reflection of your genuine purpose, rather, they are pursued to get acceptance. I see everything. I am not upset with you because you desire stability. Stability is important. However, warmth and silence turn into a prison. Rather than moving toward what is significant, you settle for what is doable. In order to avoid disappointment, you lower your expectations. You restrict your prayers in order to avoid take a chance while you wait. Although that cautious approach seems sensible, it is impeding your own development. You were not meant to live a life of silent compromise. I molded you with depth, capability, and aim. Ignoring that depth makes you uneasy, but you don't know why. The restlessness is not a sign of life. Discontent is unhappiness at not living up to your full potential. I am referring to your character rather than your standing. I want you to be more steadfast in your faith, courageous in your integrity, and clear in your convictions. That will need discomfort. You will have to give up some behaviors that give you a momentary sense of security. You will have to put more confidence in me than you can manage. I am aware that you are afraid to go beyond your comfort zone. You want consistency, yet expansion is necessary for growth. You are stretched by expansion, and stretching may seem dangerous. When you feel that strain, don't back down. Bend over it. Instead of retreating, ask me for strength. Growth is more important than convenience. Prioritize action above inaction. You have more potential than you have given yourself permission to explore. I've given you talents that you don't use because you're afraid to take a chance on failing. I am not afraid of failing. I am more concerned about stagnation. Proceed. Examine the calling you continue to downplay. Develop the self-control you consistently put off. Where you have been silent, speak up. I am not encouraging ego-driven ambition in you. I am guiding you in the direction of your true self. There's something strong about your readiness to develop. You stop living reactively and start living purposefully. When you answer my call upward and find resilience you were unaware you had, you become more rooted in belief and less reliant on approval. This transformation affects how you deal with opportunity, conflict, and uncertainty. That steadiness is what I desire for you. Instead of always comparing, I want you to live your life with peaceful confidence. However, that assurance won't come naturally. It develops when you choose discipline over drift. It emerges when you face your shortcomings rather than justify them. When you live in accordance with your principles, even at the expense of your comfort, it becomes stronger. You are capable. Never undervalue it. Give up telling yourself that you're not prepared. Obedience frequently precedes readiness rather than the other way around. Enroll in the course, apply for the position, start the discussion, establish the limit, cut down on distractions. Invest in your depth of spirituality. Rather than merely glancing at it, I am not asking you will change overnight. I am asking you to start consciously. Begin with a single area. Make a commitment to development there. Continue to be consistent. Every day, include me in the process. I'll hone your motivations. I'll keep your speed constant. When you stray from the path, I will gently correct you. But you have to decide to get up. You will always be called back by comfort. It will be whispered by familiarity that change is not essential. Don't pay attention. You weren't meant to live a little, diminishing life. You were made for complexity, growth, and intentional development. Enter that calling, Lord warded. I am already strolling beside you. As I call you above comfort, my child, I am also inviting you to join me in reaching others who are still trapped by it. This message is not intended to end with you. It is seed, and it needs to be sown. By using a PayPal link in the video description to contribute through Super Thanks membership, you are illuminating areas that are still in the dark. However, I do not say give and it will be given unto you, urged, rushing over, shaken together, and falling. I now make that vow to you. I invite you to assist spread this information to more people if you sense a stirring. Your giving turns into bread for the hungry heart, fire on the altar, and oil in the lamp. Don't allow comfort to prevent you from obeying. Watch me increase what you release as you sow into this endeavor. Zephyr, take action immediately. My child, give as I guide you. I need you to focus on something small yet important. UV, let some voices influence how you view yourself. Furthermore, those voices weren't mine. A few of them originated in your history. Some came from people in positions of power. Some originated from uninvited replays of failed situations in your thoughts. Those statements were ingrained in your thoughts over time. They started to sound familiar. They eventually started to sound real. You hear trepidation before optimism when presented with a fresh chance. When you make a mistake, you hear criticism before you are corrected. When you think about moving forward in faith, you hear a warning that verges on terror. I don't talk to you in those tones. My voice is clear and full of conviction at the same time. My adjustment has been restored. You are not diminished by it. However, you have been practicing criticism as though it were advice. Your identity has been defined by internal tales. I want you to take a moment to consider what you are agreeing with. Whose words are you repeating? Whose disappointment are you still attempting to get past? Whose rejection are you still attempting to outwork? Bring those voices to the forefront. Give them names. Don't let them stay ambiguous. You lessen their power when you can plainly recognize them. I am asking you to try every idea that makes you feel less valuable. Raise it up. Do you think it fits with who I claim you are? Release it if it doesn't. Don't bargain with it. Don't defend it. Give it up. You cannot be clear-headed while harboring doubts about who you are. You were purposefully made by me. Despite your doubts, I see your potential. Even when you concentrate on your shortcomings, I can still see your progress. You have to be able to tell the difference between internalized criticism and my advice. My direction guides you in the right direction. You become trapped in self-defense when you internalize criticism. You have been cautious because you don't want to make the same mistakes twice. I can relate to that worry. However, fear is not supposed to control you. Allow me to adjust your perspective. Incorporate my truth into how you see yourself. Replace critical self-talk with graceful, sincere introspection. That change will alter your approach to every choice. You should also be aware of how insecurity is exacerbated by outside noise. Your confidence has been subtly influenced by social comparison. You compare your development to well-chosen portrayals of other people's life. You think you read behind when you notice milestones. When you see success, you start to doubt your speed. That comparison fosters subtle bitterness and erodes appreciation. It diverts your attention from your personal purpose. You are not being led on someone else's timeline by me. I am not comparing you to gifts from someone else. You are responsible for own compliance, not for surpassing someone else's progress. Give up listening to voices that skew your viewpoint. Limit your exposure to things that make you envious rather than motivated. Carefully choose your input. Make a conscious effort to protect your thoughts. Take a step back from something if it keeps making you uneasy. Recognize your focus. I am molding you into something special. Your development won't follow the same course as someone else's. Let go of the pressure to keep up with their speed. Walk at the speed I've chosen you. It could feel slower than you would want. It could seem quicker than you anticipated. Trusted. I am not ignoring you or hurrying you. My course becomes more apparent when you silence the conflicting voices. Make room for that insight. Reduce the amount of viewpoints that impair your judgment. Engage in dialogues that help you become wiser. Instead of making comparisons, surround yourself with the truth. If your focus is split, you won't be able to hear me clearly. Select alignment, select your focus. Decide to prioritize my voice above anything else. Others. When you do, your confidence will level out since it won't be reliant on shifting approbation. It will be based on an identity rooted in myself. Now let's start the anchoring. You have been secretly afraid that you are lagging behind, my darling. You see the years go by. You see milestones that you anticipated reaching sooner. You compare your present situation to your past aspirations. You've been subtly disappointed by that comparison. You wonder whether you overlooked something. You question if a wrong turn postponed your fate. I want you to take a deep breath and reevaluate the narrative you are telling yourself. You're not falling behind, we're getting ready for you. Development and delay are not the same thing. You watch as time goes by. Character development is evident to me. Opportunities that did not materialize as you had anticipated are shown to you. Beneath the surface, I sense resilience and conflict. A lot of the time, preparation feels like waiting. When you simply pay attention to obvious advancements, growth frequently feels like stasis. But take a deeper look. You now approach confrontation in a different way than you did 5 years ago. You bounce back from disappointment more quickly than you used to. You are better at identifying motivations. That's advancement. Even if it doesn't appear spectacular, it is significant. Experiences that appeared inconvenient at the time have formed you. Some doors shut before you could control what was behind them. Some partnerships terminated before they further enmeshed you. Some dreams changed because they were predicated on insufficient knowledge. You see those changes as failures. They seem like protection to me. The whole picture is still not visible to you. This does not negate the existence of design. You are not delayed, rather you are under development. Give up calling your season a failure. You are dater. Speed is not as important as information. You would have suffered more than waiting if I had hurried your journey too soon, since you wouldn't have had the maturity to support it. Have faith in my timing. I am not ignoring you, no matter how unpleasant it is, how others go ahead, or how you feel ignored. I am honing you. I want you to change the way you think about your life now. Rather than wondering why I haven't arrived yet, inquire about what is now being developed within me. Your attention is diverted from comparison to growth by that inquiry. You go from annoyance to interest as a result. Seasons for preparation are frequently calm. There is no applause for them. Despite their strength, they seem unremarkable. They create depth underneath the surface. Consider the invisible roots that grow before a tree produces fruit at certain aspects of your life. You are at the rooting stage. Act not hate it, put money into it. Become more disciplined, increase your knowledge, increase the depth of your prayer life. Fix unresolved emotional tendencies. You get ready for what is ahead by doing these things. You run the danger of collapsing under strain if you pursue visibility without internal stability. Your endurance is more important to me than your acceleration. I want you to be sustainable rather than momentarily amazing, and then worn out. Must be serious about your present season. It is formative time, so don't consider it as filler time. Invest in the learning. What am I teaching you here? Consciously cultivate patience. Develop routines that will help you fulfill your future obligations. When the chance arises, you will seize it with calm assurance rather than wild anticipation. The journey is worthwhile because of its consistency. You are not overlooked. No one is avoiding you. You are being molded for something that calls for more of you than you realize. Remain faithful in the here and now. Continue to be diligent. Keep expanding. Your current preparation will put you in a position to manage what is ahead without becoming overwhelmed by it. Have faith in the process. Have faith in my pace. Have faith that I care much more about your long-term success than I do about short-term approval. You've managed, but you haven't healed in one aspect of your life, my kid. You now know how to manage the wound. Despite all, you've learned how to grin. You now know how to reroute talks when they become too close. However, you've prevented me from really touching it. You refer to it as the past as though distance is enough to heal wounds. It does, not at all. It doesn't change the Kundal agony I am experiencing. Honesty is necessary for healing, and honesty demands bravery. I am calling you to that bravery right now. Don't turn away. Avoid getting sidetracked. Name the hurt when you sit with me. Was it treachery? Was it a rejection? Was it a failure that you still think about? You are aware of what it is. When the memory is triggered by something, you feel it tighten in your chest. When someone inadvertently presses on your tone, you may feel it change. Your signal is that. I wish to restore that location. You've stayed away from it because you think opening it again will make you weaker. In actuality, unresolved anguish subtly influences your responses more than you may think. It affects your level of trust. It affects the choices you make. It affects the extent to which you allow others to perceive you. I don't want you to be constantly watched over, constructing barriers that are invisible to you. I want you to be set free. Intentionally bring the memories to me. Explain it without downplaying it. Give yourself permission to experience the emotions you repressed. I'll keep you from drowning in it. I'll keep you stable. It might not feel dramatic to heal. It could seem like a progressive release of pressure rather than an abrupt disappearance. That's true restoration. Give up trying to convince yourself that everything is okay. Instead of avoiding the wound while you are just coping, welcome me inside. You don't have to live with the lingering effects of past suffering. Put it down. Allow me to start a more thorough repair. You must also comprehend how avoidance produces patterns. Refusing to face your pain causes you to unconsciously repeat similar dynamics. You pick well-known characters. Subtle disrespect is acceptable to you. To avoid confrontation, you overcompensate. Unresolved experiences are the root of all of that. To help you break that pattern, I want you to be aware of it. The first change is awareness. Don't be ashamed of your previous coping strategies. You used your strength to the best of your ability, but now you are stronger. You've matured. You may confront the things you used to bury. Don't avoid having tough talks with yourself. Jot down the things that still hurt. Pray about it in particular. Seek good guidance if needed. I am not asking you to go through tragedy again just to be miserable. For the cause of freedom, I am requesting that you release it. There's a distinction. Pain loses potency when you face it in my presence. It silently manipulates you when you conceal it. Instead of reacting, I want you to be receptive. I want you to make decisions based on completeness rather than wounded instinct. That calls for deliberate repair. Permit yourself to take your time and think things through. Give up convincing yourself that you should move on it by now. It is not a race to heal. It has to do with the truth. Gently bring that reality to light. Allow my tranquility to take the place of humiliation. You are not irreparably damaged. What occurred does not forever scar you. You are renewable, redeemable, and restorable. However, you have to take part. Let the door open. Let the light in. Despite the discomfort, remain in the moment. Through all the layers, I am with you. And you will approach life in a different way if you allow me to do this task. You will love in a different way. You will trust in a new way. When you stop running, that shift starts. You haven't forgiven someone completely, my child. You can claim to have moved on. You may argue that it doesn't matter anymore. However, something changes within you as you hear their name. Your peace thins, your tone tightens, and your thoughts become more focused. Unfinished work is shown by such reaction. I am not discounting what transpired. I am aware of the specifics. I witnessed the treachery, I witnessed the unfairness. I witnessed the tears you concealed. It mattered what was done to you. It wasn't tiny. However, clinging to the offense has gradually bound your emotions to the painful moment. You believe that if you don't forgive, you won't get harmed again. In actuality, it ties you to the injury. What transpired cannot be justified by forgiveness. It relieves your spirit of its burden. I am asking you to carefully think about the distinction. You are not being asked to have blind faith. Internally, you are being urged to let go. In front of me, say their name. Honestly acknowledge the hurt, then decide to let them out of your mental courtroom. You've seen the scene enough times. You've practiced arguments that you'll never make. You have envisioned conflicts that result in no change. You are exhausted by that loop. It is interrupted by forgiveness. It's not an instinctive emotion. You keep making this choice until your heart supports it. Be willing first. Say, I am willing to forgive. Even if the emotion lags behind, I will work with that willingness. Avoid waiting till it seems natural. You want freedom more than vindication, so go for it. Give up the urge to see justice served right now. I assure you of that. Compared to you, I see more. I take care of things you can't. Let go of your hold. You must also acknowledge the subtle ways in which your relationships have been impacted by unforgiveness. You become wary of new relationships when you harbor unresolved anger. You anticipate betrayal before it occurs. You put loyalty to the test too much. You don't show weakness. You are protected by that protective stance, short-term but restricts long-term closeness. I want you to be able to form committed, long-lasting partnerships. When prior transgressions do not harden your heart, that potential increases. You become softer without being naive when you forgive. It fortifies your limits without escalating resentment. It releases your energy for development rather than bitterness. That freedom is what you deserve. When your mind wanders back into playback, tell it to change. Stop the internal story that perpetuates the injury. Offer your prayers for their welfare even if it felt strange at first. Resentment is gradually destroyed by that deed. Being forgiving is not a sign of weakness. It is controlled spiritual strength. He is making the decision to break out from a pattern that, if uncontrolled, may define you. What someone did to you does not define who you are. Don't let their behavior define who you are. Select release. Select restoration. From that point on, decide to be emotionally independent. I'll keep you steady during the procedure. When fury returns, I will remind you of the reality. Remain steadfast in your decision. More than you'll see the charge waning over time. You'll notice that your tranquility has returned. You'll notice that the things that used to agitate you seldom bother you anymore. Freedom is that. And that liberation starts when you consciously embrace forgiveness instead of fighting it. You hardly acknowledge the silent split that exists within of you, my kid. You desire control, but you also want me. You want my advice, but you also want to keep some things to yourself. You tell yourself that you are devoted to me, and you really are. However, you are reluctant to follow me in several areas of your life. Because they provide you a sense of security, you cling to particular goals, relationships, and beliefs. You worry that you may lose something important if you give them up completely. I need you to comprehend something. Your direction is weakened by divided dedication. You feel tension that never goes away when your heart is divided between self-defense and trust. You are striving to strike a balance between independence and submission, which makes you restless. I am not asking you to become a different person. I am requesting that you balance your priorities. Consider where your true allegiance lies. What do you hold to first when things get tough? What do you trust the most when there is uncertainty? Your master is shown by your response. Instead of your own strategic planning, I want your faith to be rooted in me. There is a place for strategy. There is a place for wisdom, but it must come from surrender rather than fear. Your obedience has been wavering. Halfway through, you comply, you make a conditional remittance. Yes, but with reservations, you remain unsteady with such strategy. I am asking you to make a more serious commitment. Select alignment in its entirety. Let go of the urge to have a fallback plan in case I let you down. I promise not to let you down. You have two centers of authority inside of you, which causes you to feel unstable. Let your heart be swept away by this sign. In addition to your spiritual life, you may trust me with your goals, relationships, money, and future. You get insight when you give up control. When you try to maintain control, you get anxiousness. Give up. Enter a state of complete faith. I am not vying with you for supremacy. I am extending an invitation for you to align yourself in a way that makes you stronger. You can be reluctant to give up because it seems dangerous. You worry about losing your independence. You are afraid of being docile. To me, surrender does not equate to inactivity as collaboration. It implies that you confer with me prior to making a decision. It implies that you let my principles influence your decisions. When you stray, it indicates that you trust my correction. You've been negotiating subtly all your life, choosing which instructions seem expensive and which seem practical. You haven't been able to find more serenity because of its selective compliance. I want you to be together, not divided, thus make a firm decision. Determine what you have withheld. You may be aware that the connection is harmful. It can be a pride-driven financial choice. Your spiritual awareness may be dulled by a way of living. Bring it over to me. Don't defend it. Don't try to explain it away. Put it honestly in front of me and ask, what do you want me to do? To do. Then pay attention. Respond when I too. Don't argue incessantly. Be obedient. You'll find that giving up makes life easier. The constant inner argument is eliminated. Assurance takes the place of concern. Your guidance becomes more precise when your heart has a single core of authority. You cease vacillating between urges. You give up trying to get everyone's approval. You move with conviction. That belief is not conceit. Alignment is what it is. That's what I want for you. Your life should be coherent, in my opinion, as opposed to contradiction. Your tranquility will be shattered if you serve two lords of your heart. Choose me completely. Have complete faith in me. I invite you to walk alongside me. Complete commitment is something you won't regret. There's a reason why you've been experiencing a slight sense of urgency recently. My child, it's not a panic, it's consciousness. Time seems to be passing very swiftly. You see how the seasons shift without any notice. You watch as opportunities come and go. You feel uneasy with that realization because it reminds you that delaying has ramifications. I am not trying to scare you by warning you. Delay has subtly turned into a habit, which is why I am waking you. You keep thinking that there will be a better time to make a change, a more obvious season to dedicate yourself to, or a more peaceful day to focus on what really important. Seldom does that better moment come on its own. Every available area is filled with life. You wonder passively if you don't make deliberate choices. I want you to be deliberate. I want you to consider the consequences of your choices. There is promise in every day. Debra, you can't afford to reluctance. I am not calling on your life indefinitely. You must have some chats while your hearts are still open. You must take advantage of some possibilities while doors are still open. You must break certain behaviors before they become more ingrained. This is not about hurrying carelessly, it's about reacting quickly. Deal with your convictions. Move as soon as you perceive direction. Act when clarity rhymes. Give up thinking that time is endless. It is not a promise, it is a gift. You have no idea how long certain windows will stay open. You've already witnessed sudden door closures. Allow that recollection to heighten your consciousness. I am urging you to live decisively rather than frantically choose to live. Decide what is important. Let go of distracting things. Put money where it matters. Under the delusion of boundless tomorrows, do not delay obedience. Your spiritual awareness is also connected to this urgency. Your sensibility has been dulled by habit. You automatically go through the days, reacting to alerts more quickly than you do to my whisper. Turn that priority around. Start your day with me before it picks up speed. Take a moment around noon to refocus your mind and spend your evening reflecting rather than being distracted. These minor adjustments help you refocus. Dramatic spiritual experiences are not necessary for personal development. You must maintain constant alertness. When you live mindfully, you see chances to help, support, and gently reprimand yourself. You stop being reactive and start being responsive. Over time, your character is shaped by that reaction. I am pleading with you to approach your spiritual life intentionally rather than as an afterthought. You wouldn't disregard your physical well-being for months without facing repercussions. Don't disregard your inner life either. Give it food every day, deliberately protect it. Make it a constant priority. Your sense of urgency is a call to maturity, serves as a reminder that there is more to life than just comfort. Take a clear step toward that goal. Don't let this season pass you by assuming. Later on, you can make adjustments. Now make adjustments. Sort your priorities right now. Now, prioritize depth above distraction. I am not intimidating you. Before needless remorse builds up, I am calling you into alignment. Time is passing. Allow your obedience to follow. I am awake today, be mindful. Continue to be willing. I am walking with you, but I won't push your speed. When the chance arises, align your steps with my guidance. I need you to understand something about yourself, my child. You made a mistake, numbness in place of power. You've convinced yourself that since you don't appear to be crumbling, you must be managing things well. You fuck in. You carry out your responsibilities, you remain calm. You seem sturdy from the outside. However, there are areas within that seem mutable most to the point of apathy. Resilience is not that. That's control masquerading as emotional exhaustion. You have suppressed some emotions because you were sick of feeling overpowered by them. To live, you narrowed your emotional spectrum specific times of the year. I can see why you took that action. You were defending yourself. Paralysis results from the protection that becomes permanent. Joy is muted when grief is muted. Hope is suppressed when disappointment is repressed. Without dulling desire, it is impossible to selectively numb suffering. And you've noticed that dullness recently. Experiences that used to greatly affect you now hardly affect you. That's what you call maturity. It isn't. It indicates that you have been acting cautiously for too long, lengthy. I am not criticizing you for that. You are being called back to fullness by me. I want you to be alive, not just functional. I want you to be responsive, not constrained. You have to give yourself permission to feel in my presence once more in order to regain that responsiveness. Give up characterizing emotional expression as a sign of weakness. Give up telling yourself that you have to maintain your composure at all costs. Bring me your raw feelings. If you are depressed, express it. Admit if you're frustrated. Feel free to express your confusion. You don't require to control your feelings before expressing them to me. To properly manage them, you must bring them to me. You postpone healing when you suppress your emotions. Restoration starts when you give yourself permission to feel safe. Ask yourself what you have been repressing while you sit quietly. If needed, put it in writing. If you have to, say it aloud. Allow the walls to gradually descend. You won't go out of control. You'll see things more clearly. Beneath your numbness, there's more. You've been terrified of being let down. You've convinced yourself that you can't be deeply hurt if you don't have high expectations. Your faith has also been shaped by that cautious stance. You offer smaller prayers. With caution, you hope. You suppress your enthusiasm in case things break down once more. Although it's subtle, I can see that restraint exists. I am asking you to take a chance on hope once more. That does not imply that wisdom should be disregarded. It entails letting your heart work at its maximum capacity rather than just half of it. You were not meant to be emotionally detached. You were made for depth, for empathy, and for conviction. You are temporarily protected by emotional detachment, but in the long run you lose out. Get out of that shell of protection. Re-engage with your desires in an honest manner. Tell me what you really want, not what you believe is safe. Don't let your fear of delay stop you from dreaming. I am able to keep you going while you wait and find fulfillment. Remaining emotionally present rather than withdrawing is crucial. Allow me to make you more sensitive. Take some time to reflect quietly without diversion. Take note of what makes your heart race. Take note of what is still important. Let the tears flow if they do. If thankfulness arises, let it. You are not weak for having strong emotions. I created you to be human. Return to fullness. Let go of the numbness. Regain control over your emotional spectrum. You will discover that when you are rooted in me, strength and sensitivity can coexist. I want you, my child, to have that well-rounded strength. Let your generosity awaken with me as I shake the numbness from your heart. Don't return to a guarded lifestyle. Allow your empathy to flow like an uncontrollable river. You can help spread my living message to people whose hearts are still muted by suffering by supporting this mission with super thanks, membership, or donations made via the PayPal link in the video description. I promise to flood the arid ground and pour water on the thirsty, and your donation will be a part of that outpouring. It's my spirit. If you've felt the need to assist, it's not encouraging you to make repairs. I give you strength, provision, and quiet favor over your life in return for what you release in faith. It's not a transaction. It is involvement in soul awakening. Allow your heart to be completely alive. Give with courage. React right away and serve as a conduit for my rejuvenation right now. I want to gently but firmly address a pattern in you, my child. You frequently put me to the test even though you claim to trust me. You seek advice, and if things don't go as planned, you wonder if I am still paying attention. You say you think I am good. But when things suddenly change, you look for signs of neglect right away. Something significant is revealed by the tension. There are aspects of your trust that you have not fully acknowledged. Before you obey, you want assurance. Before committing, you want confirmation. Visible evidence should come before vulnerability. That method makes you wary, but it also makes you restless. Experience, not ongoing assessment, is how trust develops. You perpetuate uncertainty each time you put off compliance until you are certain of success. I am asking you to go from testing to trusting. Ignoring wisdom does not equate to trust. It entails acting honorably even when results are not immediately apparent. In previous seasons you have witnessed my faithfulness. UV had protection that you didn't expect. However, you return to skepticism when a new challenge emerges. Although that skepticism may seem wise, it hinders your development. Will this work out instead of asking? Inquire if I being submissive. When you align your actions with my direction, I control the outcome if the picture is from outcome to alignment. That relieves you of needless stress. Put an end to your heart's subtle demands. Quit saying that if this occurs I will have more faith, since it is the first step to take action. First, have faith. Obedience comes before growth, not the other way around. It's also important to understand how control can pass for caution. You favor backup plans. You like routes that are predictable. You favor results that neatly meet your expectations. You feel unstable when life strays from that framework. I can see why you want stability. However, control-based stability is brittle. Trust-based stability is long-lasting. I want you to be rooted in the latter. Let go of the need to control every variable. You can't predict every result. Not every discomfort can be avoided. Obedience is an option. Faithfulness is an option. When I nudge you, you can decide to proceed rather than stop for an indefinite amount of time. Assurance. Think about how frequently you imagine the worst-case scenarios. Although it feels like preparation, that rehearsal is frequently a cover for anxiety. Put prayerful action in place of that habit. Speak the truth over fear when it emerges. Remind yourself of your previous faithfulness whenever doubt arises. You have proof. You see, don't always demand new evidence. Let the confidence of the present be bolstered by past experiences. Your inquiries don't offend me. I encourage open communication, but don't let inquiries stand in the way of motion. Ask, then take action. Look, then move forward. When you practice trust, you'll discover that it grows. Your faith gets stronger the more you follow my instructions without needing a thorough explanation. That steadiness is something you are capable of. Bend over it. Prioritize trust over testing. Instead of overanalyzing, choose obedience. Proceed with calm assurance that I am already present in the future. I want you to look at your schedule honestly, my child. Not the polished version you present to others or the rational justification you offer yourself. Take a quiet look at it with me. You've packed so much into your day that it feels strange to be alone. You switch between tasks, responsibilities, and conversations. You convince yourself that you are just being productive. You are in certain aspects, but avoidance lurks beneath that productivity. You keep yourself occupied so you don't have to sit still long enough to sense your inner turmoil. Before your thoughts can come to you, you check your notifications. You prolong discussions in order to you don't have to answer your own questions. You take on additional responsibilities because you are uncomfortable with empty space. I have nothing against diligence. Distraction under the guise of discipline is something I oppose. There's a distinction. You gradually lose awareness when you use activity as an escape from introspection. You become productive but distracted. You complete tasks but disregard your personal life. Quiet burnout eventually results from this imbalance. You start to feel overextended, a little agitated, and a little aloof. You tell yourself that is merely tension. It goes beyond stress. Spiritual neglect is what it is. You are rarely still, so you have not made space for me to speak. I want you to break this pattern. Make deliberate room. Kissel something superfluous. One commitment that doesn't fit your priorities should be declined. Take a seat without immediately filling the void. Allow your thoughts to calm. At first, you might experience discomfort. In any case, stay. That discomfort is not a threat, is a detox from continuous input. You will hear what you have been in that silence. Steer clear. You'll be able to see where your heart really is. I am not attempting to steal your productivity. I am attempting to give you perspective again. If your life is a continuous flow of motion, you won't be able to clearly hear my direction. Go more slowly. Take a breath. Instead of viewing your quiet times as voids that need to be filled, invite me into them. To recalibrate, you need room. Additionally, you've persuaded yourself that being busy equates to importance. You feel needed when your schedule is packed. When you hear your phone buzzing, you feel pertinent. Activity and identity have a subtle but potent relationship. If you don't exercise caution, you start to gauge your value by your productivity. I don't measure you that way. The number of tasks you accomplish or the number of people who depend on you do not define your worth. Long before your schedule became packed, your value was established. There is constant pressure when identity is linked to productivity. Your spiritual life is added to the list as well. The act of praying becomes a checkbox. Reflection becomes a duty. Relationships, not routine management, are what I want. Let go of the notion that your importance is demonstrated by your continuous movement. Because you are mine, you are important. Regardless of how busy or quiet your day is, the truth still stands. Practice being in the moment without acting. Practice having an agenda-free seat with me. Don't try to improve every single moment. There are times when restoration is necessary. Instead of constantly giving, allow yourself to receive. Your clarity improves when you rearrange your pace. You regain your patience. Your judgment becomes more acute. There is nothing intrinsically wrong with business. However, it hinders your development when it turns into a barrier to self-reflection. Take off that shield. Make space. As deliberately as you guard your obligations, guard your stillness. In the quiet places you keep putting off, I am waiting. My child, meet me there. You are clinging to something. It might be a relationship that you no longer find fulfilling. It might be a picture of your idealized future years. It could be an identity associated with control, success, or reputation. You have a firm grip on whatever it is. You convince yourself that letting go of it would result in instability. You worry that everything will fall apart if you let go. That fear is visible to me. I can see why it seems genuine. It feels like stepping into uncertainty when you let go. Even if certainty is restrictive, you prefer it. Unfamiliar freedom is not as appealing to you as familiar discomfort. You've remained attached to circumstances that subtly exhaust you because of this preference. I am not asking you to give up on your responsibilities. I want you to let go of your unhealthy attachment. There's a distinction. I can't be safe without this, according to the attachment. Trust claims that because I am guided, I am safe. Analyze your beliefs, you can't survive without it. Next, consider whether that belief is consistent with reality. People, positions, or plans are not the source of your security. It comes from me. You become vulnerable when you use something as your main anchor. You panicked if that anchor moved. I desire a foundation that is more profound than circumstances. You have to let go of what you have raised above its proper position in order to get to that depth. It will take bravery to do this. You will have to face your fear of change in order to do that. Instead of repressing that fear, sit with it and consider what you believe will happen if you let go. Bring me that situation. You will frequently find that the risk has been exaggerated by your imagination. If necessary, release gradually, but do so on purpose. Don't let your attachment be dictated by fear. You must also realize that growth is impeded by holding on too tightly. You oppose evolution when you hold on to antiquated versions of yourself. Relationships that have reached the end of their usefulness prevent you from growing. Redirection is resisted when you hold on to plans that are no longer in line with your calling. I don't take things away to hurt you. I reroute in order to improve you. If I am encouraging you to let go, it's because something better is on the horizon. When your hands are full of the past, you cannot receive the future. Keep your hands open. That stance is both strong and vulnerable. I trust what I cannot yet see, it says. It makes room for rejuvenation. You have requested new growth, new depth, and new direction. There is always some sort of letting go involved in this request or release growth. Do not consider that process to be a loss in and of itself. Additionally, it is a transition. Additionally, it is transformation. Without what you fear losing, you won't crumble. You will find new potential in yourself. You will see resilience that you were unaware of. You had it. You will see that my internal security is more stable than any external framework. Let go on purpose. If necessary, say it aloud. I make this available, then let me direct what comes next. You are not entering a void. You retaking a step toward trust, and I am already involved in what will happen next. I need you to see a pattern that has subtly influenced your life, my child. You shrink when expectations press in from all directions, when pressure increases and when opinions are all around you. You reduce your voice, your convictions become softer. To avoid being too noticeable, you modify your posture. You tell yourself that you are exercising caution, wisdom, and diplomacy. That is sometimes the case. But most of the time you are just scared of being rejected. You worry about being misinterpreted. You are afraid of being called challenging. If you hold your ground, you worry about losing connection. You should be grounded, but that fear has taught you to fold inward. You were not meant to be timid in your own calling. I inserted convictions you for a purpose. I purposefully molded your viewpoint. You betray aspects of yourself when you repress it in order to relieve tension. As you leave a conversation, you consider what you ought to have said. You relive times when you compromised your truth in order to maintain harmony. There is a purpose to that internal friction. Your caution is being pushed aside by your integrity. I want you to focus on that friction. It's a signal. It informs you that in order to get approval, you are sacrificing alignment. The currency of approval is erratic. Depending on who is observing, it changes. But integrity keeps you grounded. Take a position within it. Torque confidently and calmly. Being firm doesn't require being aggressive. To be clear, you don't need loudness. Alignment is necessary. You don't give in to pressure when you know who you are in me. You don't waver. Not everyone will feel at ease with that steadiness. You'll become consistent as a result. Instead of making constant accommodations, choose consistency. Your self-respect is undermined when you constantly shrink. When you stand correctly, you